And he does it with great clarity and beauty, and that's called the Aeneids. These, as we said a moment ago, are hierarchically arranged. There's a hierarchical order. Pardon me. Excuse me. Proclus does the astonishing. Proclus is the only, by the way, he's the only systematic thinker in the history of Europe, and he's never studied. No one studies him. Proclus is totally amazing, totally amazing. He develops a rational system that makes clear every idea that's built by Plato and Plotinus, and he puts it in a beautiful intellectual system called the Elements of Theology. That's what he calls it, the Elements of Theology. And I footnoted that for you at the bottom of the page. Now, if you were to get the book, Proclus's Elements of Theology, and you see those numbers, the propositions, 2, 23, 27, 28, 40, 64, 65, 100, 103, right, 148, 151, right, 185, 103, 200, 203, right. If you just studied those, you could then go back into Pseudo-Dionysius, and you could go line by line, and you can say, restatement, quote, restatement, quote. But with this first, let's go back, all right? Now, how does the letters represent this? According to Hathaway, and he does a beautiful job, he says you can take the first letter, you can put the letters right along here. Pseudo-Dionysius took Plato's metaphysics. Dionysius took the Parmenides, this vast structure, and he represents each one of these great hypotheses, as they're called, by addressing a letter to 4 monks you know what he does? Then a minister, and then a priest, and then a bishop, and then another one to a general bishop over the entire area. So you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10th one, which is special. Now, Dionysius is going to do one basic thing over and over again in these 10 letters. He's going to try to demonstrate to presumably the person to whom he sent the letter, he's going to try to demonstrate that in order to bring around a natural justice in the church and in its functioning, you have to have these people arranged in a hierarchical order. So he develops a very interesting way of reasoning to show that this is in fact a hierarchical order. And by the way, each time he develops one of these, guess what? It's one of the major ideas that represent this hierarchical order.
That's what bases the church.
That's right. So you see, by arguing for the church necessarily having this hierarchy, the need for it, the arguments he uses comes from Proclus's need to say that these principles are hierarchical. He transfers the reasoning from his metaphysical system that justifies the hierarchy, the very same reasons, the very same arguments. he uses in each one of these letters.
Plato's Republic.
That's right. And Plato's Republic. First one starts with Plato's Republic. Yes, you can also take the first, the third, the fifth, the seventh, the ninth letters and put them parallel with Plato's Republic. That's another way of doing it. That's true. You can do that too. Yeah. So the guy's immensely clever. Yeah, yeah. But wait a minute. There's something missing here. And this is called the problem. And that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit tonight. The problem. Why does Pseudo-Dionysius, or Dionysius, why does he bring in a monk? And he breaks the whole order. I mean, he's violating the hierarchical order. This is very strange. I mean, what's he doing it for? Very sad to see. Unless he's doing something interesting. Unless he's doing something interesting.
Can you share how it's a problem?
Well, is this the order? Yes or no? 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last one, by the way, is addressed to John, the apostle, the evangelist. Does that look like a hierarchy? Does it?
Monk, minister, priest, bishop, and then back to monk? Is that what you're
No. Yeah, well, look here. Just follow me. 4 monks. There are 4 grades of monks, by the way. Minister, priest, bishop, countrywide bishop, John the apostle evangelist. Does that look like a hierarchy?
Yeah.
Yeah, except for one thing. What's in here? A monk. Yeah, it's out of whack. It's out of whack. That's a problem. Doesn't fit. The 8th is a monk. Something's wrong. Agree? Doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Therefore, all the speculation on Pseudo-Dionysius then is, what is the significance? What is he doing? What is he doing in the 8th letter? Therefore, I brought along the 8th letter. I thought I'd read you parts of it and see whether we can then have a little fun with it. All right.
Is that the 7th or
8th letter is the monk. What, did I put it in the wrong one?
the 7th?
Yeah, oh, excuse me, that's 8. Tenth is John, the apostle. Now, just while I'm getting the material out, please look at the note on the 9th. Symbolic theology. He has developed in the 9th letter how to understand all the how to take the whole Bible, how to take the Bible, pull out all of its major terms that describe God. He shows you how you can understand each one of them analogically, so you don't take it literally. And therefore he can then bring intellectual order into the whole thing and escape anthropomorphism. He can escape all of the consequences of taking scriptures literally. Because one of the things that Dionysius did, which is really very creative, so if I can give you one more name here. Philo from Alexandria, or Philo the Jew. Now, if you want a good book to look into this, I would recommend this book,